What's up, ladies and gentlemen of that humble internet? Ryan here, aka the Ryan Man, and today I'm doing something a little bit teeny tiny different than what I usually would do. Normally, I would, pop on my recorder and just showcase myself running around a battlefield acting like a complete buffoon and get myself blown up for everyone's enjoyment. But recently, I've noticed a bunch of new players that are started flooding into War Thunder, and I don't know if it's coincidence or if it's ever since PewDiePie actually showcased this game on his channel. But whether or not you found this game through sheer coincidence, just browsing around looking for something free and new, or if you are part of the bro army, I believe he calls it, welcome. I'm glad you decided to stick around, because if there's anything this game needed, it was a bunch of new players. Oh, don't mind the jumbo here. I just recently unlocked this bad boy. I haven't really had much chance to bring it out. I tried dicking around with it a little bit in the PvE mode, but anyway, we'll play with this on a later time. What I wanted to do was I wanted to showcase a couple of RB fights that I was recently in the other day. You know, back when I noticed that there were a bunch of new players. When I was looking at the replay of those fights, I noticed a few things that they were doing wrong and some things that I really believe they can learn from. So that being said, I'll showcase some of these points, and hopefully you guys not only learn something, but find some entertainment. Let's go! Little disclaimer first before anything else. If you've watched my other previous videos, then you know that I am so far from what you would call a professional that it's not even funny. So take everything with a slight hint of salt. So here we are on the map, what is it, Sinai? I believe it's Sinai. It's one of the desert maps. On this map, I've recently come across a couple of good spots to set up shop. And in this particular map, you're going to see one of those. And you'll see exactly why, too. So, Sinai, I'm probably saying this wrong, of course, is a pretty good map, don't get me wrong. It offers a little bit of everything. It's got long-range engagements. It's got some good places for ambushes. And over here at the C point, if you weren't already aware, can I get a good example? Can I get a better example? Well, I'm not... Yeah, it's got the little town over at C, so you got some other close quarters combat. Really enjoy that part. But we're going to be focusing on shit going on at A here. Addison's doing his best over there. I believe he's one of those new players that I had come across. But you can see on the map where I am. Oh, that was me just double-checking to see if that guy was dead. So over in this whole general area of the map, not only do you have good cover, but you have some good line of sight over to people approaching A. I'm going to move up here. I'm going to move into a little pocket of rocks that I normally usually nestle into. It's great when I'm in a scout vehicle. This is actually the first time I've tried using a howitzer-type gun from this position. But as it turns out, it works really, really well. And I'll show why in a minute. What I'm doing here is I'm checking the flank, the back of my one buddy here, just making sure there's no one trying to sneak around him. When I noticed that everyone seems to be pretty dedicated in a firefight, I decided to poke my head around the corner to see what exactly is up. Now, I didn't notice that martyr there before during the match, but he didn't notice me either. My attention is on whatever these guys are shooting over here, and it's this Panzer IV F2. Now, let's see. Can I get a good shot of him? Yeah, him. He is actually in a... He's in a pretty good position. Obviously, he doesn't notice me creeping along the side there. He's behind cover. He's got my team's attention, which is probably what's allowing his friends... Let me bring up the map. He's right here. he's captured the attention of everyone who's on A. It's allowing his team to work a flank to go down this path to try and get on some better angles on him. And most likely, he's using his binoculars. Now, binoculars, if you don't know, you press B on your keyboard, but you combine it to whatever you want. It gives you a little elevated position from above your tank, actually, so you can see over cover, see over a horizon, and you can even now mark. Oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? You can actually check distance. It's what I'm actually going to be doing here in a second. I'm going to be taking the advantage of the binoculars. Creeping along here. Now, one of my team... Now, I'm in rank 2, which means rank 2 light vehicles are able to scout. And that's exactly what one of my teammates did over here. So now I know exactly where this guy is. I'm going to stop right around here. Now, if I look through... which one is it from? Is it player view? Yeah. It's that. This is it. Gun view. Actually, this isn't even that good. It's hard to really show off in the replay here, but anyway. My normal gunner view, what I'm mostly looking at is this hill. I can maybe faintly see the very top of this guy's tank. That's why I'm using, in this instance, my binoculars. I can clearly see his tank, and I'm marking out exactly the distance I would need to calculate my shot. Now, a beautiful thing about the howitzer, going to show it off right here. You lob shells with howitzers. Did you see that arc? With lower muzzle velocity from your gun, you have to lob your shells. That allows you to shoot over cover in a lot of instances. I had someone take a shot at me. I noticed a tank shell that flew past me, which is why I'm now looking in this direction. And that's when I noticed this other Panzer IV. Now, I'm using my binoculars again to get an idea of the distance so I know how to angle my barrel. I'm going to use the slope to my advantage to remain more in cover as I take this shot. Now, Private Pigeon, forgive me as I highlight you, because I need to show off something else. One, again, only thing you would see, if he were to turn around, he would just notice my turret. I'm hull down, so I'm in a very good defensive position. But one other reason, Private Pigeon, why I wanted to highlight your tank is because I noticed your arsenal layout. You never really want to take like maybe more than 5 HE rounds, because I hate to be the guy that tells you, but HE rounds in this game are kind of useless against everything but the most lightest of vehicles. Maybe if you're trying to kill the crew that's hiding behind a rock and they're in an open vehicle like an armored tractor. Don't laugh, there are armored tractors in this game. In any case, you can't even... My problem with HE rounds, the problem with rounds in general, is you can never just swap them out. You always have to you have to select it and then fire off whatever round is in your barrel. So you might as well just fucking shoot an AA truck with whatever round you're currently using, or pepper it with machine guns. That's my silly rant. That's why I wanted to highlight this, because... My dude, drop the HE. There's a free tip. There's another free tip in the long list of lessons for this. Continue on. Ryan, why are you peppering him with machine gun fires? One, because some machine guns, like the 50 cal, stronger than people think. Two, You don't necessarily need to be... Yeah, he's dead, by the way. You don't need to be a scout vehicle, because I always tell people where people are. You hit an enemy vehicle, regardless of what you hit them with, you're going to light them up on the map. So even if I didn't fire my main cannon at that dude... Oh, this scene. So even if I didn't hit him with my main howitzer, if I pepper him with machine gun fire, my team's going to know where he is, because it's going to be visible on the map. Now, Saranade, he's using the Panzer II-C DAK. That's a German premium. You get that if you choose the German tank tech tree as your first starting lineup. I'm about to show off some power of the 50 cal right here. .50 cals are so much stronger than you want to give them credit for. Now, all of that, you can definitely notice the strength of these positions right here. So I'm kind of giving away my secret. So now when whoever's watching this video sits in a match with me, they probably know where I'm probably going to be. But hey, I'm trying to give the new generation a fighting chance here. I noticed that Stug, and I do muck up this shot, but I'm anticipating him coming out from here, so I'm getting my distance ahead of time. I end up mucking the shot up anyway, but this is it's gonna happen. You're gonna muck up your shots. Don't be ashamed by it. See? The Stug is one of those examples of tanks that have some pretty good armor on it. It's going to withstand some 50 cals from a distance. But this is, speaking of withstanding 50 cals, this is gonna... Where are you? No, not you. He's coming around. Yeah, it's this guy. Now, this guy I killed before. He's making a beeline for me for revenge. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. He has a general idea where I am, and me trying to help my team at A deal with the Stug just gave me away entirely. This guy didn't... He did almost nothing wrong. I'll say why almost nothing wrong. Because he gets a good drop on me, but he makes a fatal mistake. You'll see. I'll let this play out. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I didn't even hear him coming. So I'm panicking now. I don't know what the hell is shooting at me. Alright, so he's about to meet his gaming maker, so I'll explain what exactly he did wrong. This dude had probably heard a lot of stories about German 20 mils in this game. And I'll let you know, buddy, those stories that you heard are absolutely 100% true. The German 20 mils are the best 20 mils in this game. They are so frightening to come across, which is why I was partly panicking when I turned around and I saw this thing of all things. But I was wondering why the hell I was still alive, more than alive by the end of this segment, because he's packing default rounds. Default rounds, as you can see from that armor penetration, is not going to go through more than 26 and 36 millimeters, and that's on ideal circumstances. German 20 mils are phenomenal, but not until you unlock the belt that goes through 64. That's not really his fault. Like I said, he's probably heard of the legends. He just kind of failed to remember when you have a default fresh out of the factory AA. You want to stay in the back. You want to stay by your spawn and just focus on aircraft. Because aircraft you'll bring down no problem. It doesn't freaking matter. They have no armor to speak of. You don't want to go in the middle of the map and tango with Shermans or anything until you upgrade your ammo belt. And you're also about to get another prime example of why you should never underestimate certain guns. Watch the 50. I'm gonna start pressing my space bar to start shooting prematurely, and yeah, right when the 50 cal's reloaded. Let me introduce you guys to a very ferocious AA vehicle. The M16 MGMC. On this particular... I forgot I drove into that. On this particular mission, you're going to see the power of placement, as well as learning to love your large caliber machine guns. M22, just deciding to shoot some random statues. Now, the street I'm about to set up on, I don't know what possessed me to set up there, but it turned out to be a phenomenal move. And you'll obviously see why. I'm trying to, like, poke my head around the corner with my camera, my free-moving camera. And, yeah, I'm about to notice this one Swedish vehicle. Can I zoom in on him? Yeah, here he is, this poor guy. The Swedish vehicles, trolley armor, from what I've noticed. The amount of times I've tried shooting some of these things from the front with rounds that should go through do not frickin' go through, but unfortunately its sides are very susceptible to 50 cals, and you're about to see this thing in action, and if you've never seen it in action before, I'm going to decide to set myself up, nestle right up against the staircase here as a little bit of extra cover. Because I've noticed that this is an excellent position to cover your team's entire flank. Because the thing is with this frickin' map is that if the enemy team gets around and sets up over in this area here, they're shooting straight into your spawn and there's little to nothing you can do about it. Plus, from this position... Is this when I end up shooting? No, this not yet. From this position, I can see not only this bridge, but this bridge. And I forgot how the map works. And I can also see this bridge. Anyone that wants to try and go from their spawn, take one of these quick routes to get across the river, they're exposing their sides to me. And this is one of the other lessons I wanted the new guys to learn about. Do not be fooled by this. That is not the real Fly Daily. Anyway, learn the maps. You learn the maps, you set yourself up in golden positions. And you're not going to learn it on the first go. This poor Panzerjäger, this guy I deemed a bigger threat than the last Swede tank that I just took out. Those things you don't want on your flank. I'll tell you that much for free. The lesson there was don't ever try to fly straight in an AA with 450 cals on it. But I'll give this guy one thing. He tried to drop his bomb on me, but it landed. You can see it. You can see it right there. Let me show you how close I was to death and being killed from beyond the fucking grave. Now here comes that same guy before. Now, he's now in a... What was he in? He was in a tank destroyer. I forget the actual name of it. Yeah, there it is. Now, this is a guy who... He learned his lesson. He tried to cross. He got hit in the ass. He's going to notice my position real quick, because I'm going to notice him at the same time, and we're both going to engage each other. But he's going to do so behind cover. He's going to make use of his low profile, as well as his low muzzle velocity for his rounds, to try and nail me from behind cover of this wrecked tank. I cannot hit this guy. And he almost kills me. I realize I'm in a bad spot. That's not a good engagement to be in, so I dipski the lipski. And I'm glad I do, because that's exactly where I was before, like, not 2 seconds ago. So, right there. You don't have to stay committed to every fight. Learn of bad encounters and know your exit routes. It's another reason why I backed up into that position originally when the match started, and I decided to commit on that spot. Right about here, I noticed a biplane that was making a mistake and flying low. He doesn't get far. And I think I knocked out his pile on that one. As for the... Oh, no, wait. As for the belt I'm using... Excuse me. AP belt. Goes through 31mm of armor. Still has an incendiary tracer bullet. And the amount of bullets this thing spews out, it's a lot of tracers also flying. To me, it's beautiful in all situations. Now this gladiator dude... I remember his player card. He's a level 100. That is a level 100 player. And he decided to come club some baby seals. Now, I didn't know at the time that was a level 100 player. But, dude, level 100s, stay in your lane. Stay in your top tier. Stay with your fancy Abrams and your Fan 2s and your MiG-21s and leave us shit tier players alone. So, looking back on it now, I'm glad I shot his plane up again after I already got the confirmed kill and humbled him. Now, this guy, if I remember correctly, is also a level 100 player, which is really surprising because of the shit he just tried to do. Watch. You're about to learn another lesson. When an AA is fully aware of your presence, try not to make a solid beeline straight at him, especially when he's shooting at you. I give him some credit, though. See, right about there, I would have tried to disengage. But he's about to be humbled there. Don't fly straight into 450 cals shooting at you. Welcome to Sweden! One of the newer maps. I don't mind it, it's a nice map. There's nothing too interesting in particular about this map. Not this match, I should say. Except for one particular series of event that happens near the end. So I'm just going to skip to that now. Wrapping up against this dude. And this is going to be a story about that particular vehicle right over there. I took some damage earlier in this match, so I was contemplating whether or not I should go for replacing my crew member. I decided against it because I heard another vehicle moving about, and that's all about having that situational awareness. You got to keep your eyes as well as your ears open. I'm having my camera over here because I'm trying to decide if he's going to come from over here or if he's circling around the building. And right there I notice. And that particular vehicle, back it up. This particular Swedish AA is a dirty motherfucker. It's very good at shooting down aircraft because of its high rate of fire and high traverse. But it dishes out some really powerful rounds. So as good as it is as an AA, it's double as good as a tank destroyer. So I'm starting to sweat a little bit. But I notice he doesn't notice me right off the bat. So I'm trying to get into a spot where, hey, maybe I can get this guy. But nope. He's swinging his turret around. Weird how I can't see his driver. Don't know if he doesn't notice me yet. He's... Right there, he moves his turret, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can use this opportunity. But nope, I can't be sure. Let me see if I can bring this guy up so I can see things from his perspective. Here he is. It was right about there he noticed me. He must have been panning his camera around, free look, and he must have seen my 30 cal. So now, he's going to start giving chase. And this is going to lead to a very important attention to detail that I've noticed a lot of players don't take advantage of. Do you see this? These are tank tracks. Your vehicle actually leaves tracks everywhere it goes. So here I am. I don't know yet that he is trying to track me down. So I'm trying to just do a flank. I figure as much he's trying to give some chase. Right? So I'm being cautious as I around the corner. Notice again, there are tracks. Watch. These I know are his tracks. And they're disappearing because he's still moving. And I noticed that they go over and around. So I figured, so he is giving chase. Alright, well, we'll do this merry-go-round as I wait for my backup to arrive. That, and you can hear his engine, so he's well on the move. I decide I'm going to wait here, stop right here, and see what he's doing. And sure enough, he's right there. Now, oh god, stop that. I'm trying to do something to prove a point. He's looking for me. He must notice me. Obviously, he doesn't. You can see my machine gun, but it didn't dawn on him. Now, power of hindsight, you guys know I'm there, and you guys know that these are obviously my tank tracks. You can see my exact path as I went around. This guy failed to notice. He has no idea where I went. So he obviously just did. Looking on it now, quick glances, I wouldn't notice the machine gun either, probably. But this is a big visual clues on where enemies are hiding. Again, it comes down to situational awareness. You gotta keep your eyes open, your ears open, all of your senses working. Because I noticed his mistake, and I decided to capitalize on it. Quick, simple, swift machine gun fire, and probably one of the deadliest vehicles we're running around at low BR is taken care of. So, roundabout for you new guys, what have we learned? Be aware where you are. Be aware of popular lanes people like to use. Use not only your eyes, but your ears. Keep notice of little clues as to where enemies could be hiding. Know that cover can be fired over with particular weapons. And know that matchmaking is not your friend. You could literally start this game today, and it's probably going to throw you in a match with Fly Daily himself, and he's just going to mop the floor with you. But other than that, just have fun. I'm super glad you new guys are here. I'm so happy that there's more people to play with. And the game can only get better with more and more people jumping on board to play. So other than all that, guys, do me one other solid favor. I want you to just stay awesome out there. Okay? And let me know if there's more War Thunder videos that you want to see. Let me know if there's any particular vehicle that I currently have that you want to see me mess around with. I don't have helicopters. Actually, I do have one helicopter. But I'm not very good with helicopters. Until the next time, guys. Adios. And yeah, by the way, I put 8-9 on all my vehicles unlocked. That's one. If we're over on the opposite teams, if we're an RB, you're not going to see my name. But if you see an 8-9 somewhere on that vehicle, good chances it's me.